So as you know, the radius of a circle is half of the diameter, or it is the distance from the center of the circle to the edge. Center to edge. We need to know that in order to define what a circle is. It's the set of points in a plane that are a fixed distance away, which we call the radius, from a fixed point, the center. We have to know about these two things because those are the two things we need in order to write the equation of a circle. The radius, we use the letter r, and the center we use for the ordered pair h and k. So you can see right there in the diagram we have h comma k and r the radius. So the equation is right here in red, and the only things we need to worry about plugging in will be the number for h, the number for k, and the number for r. So let's do that. In the first example, we're given the center is 2, 1. So right there is our h and our k, and the radius is 5. So we're going to plug those right into the formula. So it's going to go parentheses x minus, and now we're going to plug in that number for h, which is 2. Close the parenthesis and square it. Put your plus sign, parenthesis, y minus. Now we'll plug in the number for k, which is 1. Close the parenthesis, square it, and set it equal to the radius, which is 5 squared. The only thing we would need to do at this point is simplify anything that we could simplify, such as signs and other numbers. So our final answer will be x minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 25. The next problem we would label h and k. The radius is 10, so let's plug those into the formula. X minus 3, which is h. Close it and square it. Put our plus sign. Y minus, this is all part of the formula. Now we're going to put our k, which is negative 4. Close the parenthesis and square it, and this equals 10 squared. So let's simplify this one. Nothing's going to happen with the x minus 3, but the y minus negative 4 will turn to y plus 4, and when we square 10, we get 100. All right, and the last one will look something like this. We have h and k, there's r. We'll have x minus negative 2 squared, and at this point, if you'd rather turn that to a plus, that'd be fine. We'll put plus y minus 0 squared equals 16 squared. So this would be acceptable to leave your answer like this. The one thing that we could do to make it even better is get rid of writing that minus 0. We don't need to go around writing minus 0 from things. So the best way to have your answer would be x plus 2 squared plus just plain old y squared. You could put the y in parentheses, but since it's the only thing in parentheses, we don't really need them. So you can leave it just like that. And 16 squared, I believe, is 256. All right, same job. We're going to write these in the equation, and I'll jot it down up here so we have it. We have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so we need the center. The center of this first circle is in yellow right there. It's 4, 2. So we have that. The radius we're going to need to count. So I'm going to draw the radius right there. Let's count how many boxes that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, the radius is 5. And now we can plug it into the equation. X minus Here's h, here's k. So it'll be x minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared, and it'll equal 5 squared. Let's see what we can simplify. Looks like the only thing we need to simplify is this 5 squared. Instead of rewriting it, I'm just going to go ahead and put that it equals 25. All right, moving on. We need to label our own center and radius. So the center of this circle is that dot right there. What are the coordinates of that dot? Well, it's 2 backwards, so -2, and it's 3 spaces high, so 3. So there's our h, there's our k. The radius is from there to there, so just 2. And now we can plug those numbers into the equation. It'll be x minus -2, so x plus 2 squared, plus y minus 3 squared, and that's going to equal the radius squared. So we're going to have to do 2 squared, and when you figure that out, it's 4. So why don't we just put a 4 right here and be done. Last one. This one has a center at 0, 0. See how it's right in the middle? And the radius is 4. So we have everything we need. The h is 0, the k is 0, and our equation will look like this. X minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals, oops, out of room, 4 squared. Let's simplify. Remember how I said that you don't have to write those zeros? So let's not write those zeros. It'll just be x squared plus y squared equals 16, because 16 is 4 squared. My hint on the next example is to draw a picture. Why are we going to draw a picture? Because we are given the center of a circle, we're given h and k, and then we have another point on the circle. So we don't know what the radius is. We're going to have to find it. So let's make a quick sketch of what this circle would look like. The center is 2 over 4 up. So it's about right there. And then 8 over 12 up is on the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 12 is going to be way up there. It might even be off the paper. So the circle goes around that center. I know that's not perfect, but this is our center, 2, 4. And we have that point up there, 8, 12. And what we need is, we have h and k, but we need to find the length of that radius. We need to find how long is that red line. So in order to do that, we can use the distance formula. And if you recall from the 10-1 notes, the distance formula is subtracting the x's and squaring them, and then subtracting the y's and squaring them. So we have 2 points. Let's label those x1, y1, and x2, y2, and plug those into the distance formula. So this will be the square root of 8 minus 2 squared plus 12 minus 4, those are our y's, 12 minus 4 squared. So we're going to get 6 squared plus 8 squared, which is 36 plus 64, which is 100, and the square root of 100 is 10. So the length of our radius is 10. Now we can plug our information into the equation. It will be x minus our h, which is 2, y minus our k, which is 4, and it will equal our radius squared. We're going to end up squaring the 10. When you square 10, you get 100. So that's our answer. Let's draw a picture for this one. we have -2, 3 for the center, -2, 3 up. And our circle contains the point 0, 3. When we plot that, we go 0 left or right, and we just move 3 up. So the circle goes something like that. So with our center, HK, and the point on our circle, we need to figure out the radius. Since they're lined up, we pretty much already know how long it is. See how that radius is 2? And we can tell that just by looking at our picture. You are welcome to plug that point and that point into the distance formula as x1, y1, x2, y2, but we can tell just by looking at this that the radius is 2. So why don't we plug our stuff into the equation? It'll be x minus -2, so x plus 2, plus y minus 3, and it's going to equal our radius squared. So 2 squared will be 4. Done.